Scale is used in many forms of design to represent size in comparison with its real-life counterpart in ratios, i.e. mapping or construction. In model kits, it's used to measure how small a plane, a tank, or a ship is compared to its actual size. The ratio we use is 1, referring to the subject's true size, followed by a slash or a colon. People use both. It's yet another thing we're all divided on. So let us know in the comments. Are you team slash or team colon? Anyway, so let's say you happen to be building a full-size M6A Sherman. First of all, where would you put that? Second, that would make it a 1-to-1 scale model. So, exactly how many scales are there? I'm glad you asked. Model kits come in a whole range of scales, from 1/8 all the way to 1/2500th, and every single number in between. I mean, we sell a ship here that's 1/426th scale. How much more specific can you get? Anyway, now I just want to go over some of the more popular scale sizes for each modeling subject. Well, I'm the plane guy, so let's start with planes. The most popular scales for aircraft tend to be 1/24th, 1/32nd, 1/48th, and 1/72nd. There are some aircraft in non-traditional scales like 35th or 1/44th. These four, I would say, are the most popular. So for comparison, I'm going to start with this Airfix 1/24th scale Spitfire. And that looks like this. Quite large. Then comes the next step down in size. 1/32nd, represented by this Tamiya F16. And that is how that looks. Now keep in mind, modern jets are much larger than Second World War fighters, so they do technically look the same size, but the F-16 is smaller. And just a disclaimer here, some of these built models that I am showcasing are from our lovely customers. So if you happen to be watching this video and you see your model pop up, you're welcome. Next size down is 1/48th. Here I have the Tamiya F-35. That's how big that is. So you can start to see the gradation from large to small. And then lastly, 72nd scale with a Tamiya P-47. 72 is probably, in terms of how many subjects there are and how they perform, the most popular scale out there. So there is your 4 most popular aircraft scales. Now I will move on to tanks. For tanks, the most popular scale is 1/35th, demonstrated by this Tamiya M1A2 Abrams. There's your size. And that is it. No other scales for tanks. Nope, just screwing with you. There's also tanks in huge 16th scales. There's also 48 scales, but I don't have a built 48 scale tank on me. So just imagine that it's that, but maybe that long. And then the third most common tank scale would be 72. Here I've got the Revell T34. And that damn track popped off. With tank people, they have their preferred scale and they very rarely stray from it. Just 35th, 48, 72. Now on to ships. There's a fairly wide range of scales. There's 172, 144, 1/300, 1/200. But in my opinion, and I think most of you will agree, there's only two popular scales for ships, and that is first 1/350, demonstrated by the Tamiya Bismarck. Yes, ships are quite large in real life. May not be historically accurate, but it's politically correct. Sort of. And then the second popular scale would be 1/700. And I got another Tamiya kit here, the Harusame. So those are your two ship scales to choose from. Next we have cars. Now again, this is another one that has a variety of scales, but there's really only two popular ones. And when I say that, I mean one popular one and another one that just kind of exists. So there's 16th scale. Now I don't have a 16th scale car lying around, but it's basically as big as this box. And then you have the car scale, 1/25th. I got an AMT Pontiac GTO. There's your 1/25th scale car. Now there are some cars out there that are 1/24th, but 25th, 24th, essentially the exact same thing. Last one we're going to look at is figures. These can come anywhere from 1/8 scale, like that Nosferatu kit I showed earlier, all the way down to 72nd scale. You could even get 350 scale figures, but they're just photo etch, so they're literally paper thin. But like with tanks, I would say the most popular scale for figures is 35th. Here I've got Tamiya's World War I British Infantry. That's how big one of them is. And there's also 48 scale figures, but that's mainly pilots, because 48 belongs exclusively to planes. And again, I don't have a 48 scale pilot lying around. So I would say then that the next popular figure scale is 72nd. So here is Italy's 15 centimeter field howitzer with a few figures. And I've got a German here doing the YMCA. So that basically covers the popular scales for all of the subjects that you can build. In conclusion, after all that, you're probably asking yourself, so which scale should I choose? That depends on 3 factors. 1, your budget. 2, how much space you've got. And most importantly, 3, if you are married. Once you've answered all those questions, you are free to visit us at Sunward Hobbies in store or online and choose your scale. Thank you very much for watching this video. Now, I'm going to go hop into my 1-to-1 scale car and drive to my 1-to-6 scale house. It's all I can afford. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on our socials, and until the next one, adios.